Good morning, everyone. Or actually, it's midday here in the UK. So good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. And hopefully you're having a restful and a peaceful Sunday. I know today has very much been my day of rest. I've planned the food and the shopping orders to get that and the meals for the next 2 weeks, which is slightly complicated by a new kitchen being put in a week's time. So what is today about? Today is all about, should I go direct to partner or not? So many firms over, well, really actually the last 20 years, if I'm honest, have put in this interim step between senior associate and partner, or director and partner, or senior manager and partner. And interesting, this is really cyclical. So I remember back in my days at BDO, so we're talking 2004 to 2009, and they introduced a principal role. And they declared that principal role was primarily for highly technical people in tax that they really wanted to keep, really wanted to need, but knew, and both people knew that they weren't right for partner, and so saw that as an end destination, i.e. as an alternative option for those that were great but needed somewhere to progress from director that they didn't want to lose. Then I've seen people say director's a full stop, and then it's not a full stop. And I think the only thing that you can be certain of in this professional services world, that whatever role gets put in between the most senior one and partner, the rules will be broken. And it's a full stop. Somebody will in time go on from that role and make partner. If it's a jumping element to making partner, then somebody's not going to jump. You know, that is the reality, is that there is no rules. And as I said, so sometimes it's acknowledgement that you're valuable, sometimes it's not. You know, you look in recent years, you've got the ED role. Hello, Victor. You've got the ED role at EY, so executive director role. Law firms at the moment are falling over themselves to put in something between senior associate and partner, whether that's managing associate, legal director that Adelshaw Goddards have, senior counsel, general counsel, lead counsel, legal director. You know, TLT have put the legal director role in. I'm seeing this literally all across the law sector, that that we're seeing people realizing that it's a massive jump from the most senior role to partner, because actually going from somebody who's very good at doing their billable time targets, being the number 2 to a partner, it's a massive jump to actually building your own portfolio, acting like a partner. And so some firms have acknowledged that they need that next step. Some firms are saying, well, actually you can circumvent that next step and go straight forward. Interestingly, the more and more I see firms that are saying you don't need to do this step, actually you do have to do this step. So good. Hello, Joanna. You know, it's amazing how many firms that are saying, no, it's an option role. You don't need to do the associate partner. You can go straight to partner. And actually, once they introduce that intermediate role, seemingly everybody generally then has to go through that role. So, but the thing to do is actually ask your firm, ask the people in your firm, you know, what actually is the reality? What actually is this role? Is that likely to change? What's the sentiment in the partnership? Now, whether it's legal director that's next for you, whether it's associate partner, whether it's executive director, whether it's senior counsel, the really important thing is that you understand your end game. So if you're wanting to make partner and you're getting shuffled into this principal, senior counsel, and you're being told that it's a full stop, then actually, and it's not going to take you to partner, and then you need to have a conversation. What am I not displaying? Where's my mindset wrong? Where do I need to change how I act, think, and behave in order to be seen as future partner material? Because if your firm are pushing you down a route which you don't think is right for you, then you need to understand what behaviors you are displaying for them to push you down that route. Now, it could just be that you're actually not right, and you've just got to kind of realize that this is what I'm good at. Now, one of the things to look at is also look at what makes you happy. I know a lot of people go, I don't like business development, I don't want to do business development, that's not why I became a lawyer, consultant, accountant. But actually they don't give it a proper go. And so sometimes you have to play to your strengths, but you've got to give things a proper go. And actually, if you're going to say really what makes me happy is being the number two to a partner, being seen as a senior resource, being known as a technical expert and a safe pair of hands, that's what makes me happy. That's what I'm good at. You know, do take that decision when you've at least given yourself the best chance to understand, not just go, oh, I can't do business development, I don't want to be the leader here, just because you've had no exposure to it. You know, everyone needs to take the opportunity to learn some skills, and learning skills is tough. It's going to feel hard. You know, I've looked back at some of these early Facebook lives I've done, and I'm all jerky like this and fidgeting, and I've realized that with the poor video quality that comes back from a Facebook live, I've got to keep quite still, otherwise the resolution just starts making it's like, right, okay, I've realized that I've got to look at my notes not as much, I've got to look through the camera, and this is all a learning curve, but I also know I love doing this. But you've got to realize, is this just I'm not enjoying it because it's a learning curve, or is it because it takes me away from what I really love doing? And actually, if that's the direction I want to go, but I'm not loving it, what bits of the job could I start to love to start loving that part of the job? Now, some people will have gone, yeah, I want to be legal director, it's right for me, that's where I want to go, or I want to be AP, I do want to stop, I don't want to go to partner. Now, nobody's saying that is the end. Nobody's saying that's where you have to stop. And actually, the answer really is, what makes you happy? Now, if you turn around in 2 years' time and go, actually, I want to make partner, I want to do the next thing, nobody's going to say, no, you can't. They're going to have a conversation with you about what does that mean, how does that look like? So that dead end that you've taken that role is never normally a dead end. It's just a dead end for now. It's a point where your career is maybe going to plateau for now. And that's okay. Far too often we get obsessed with we have to be going upwards. We don't. What we have a duty to do is be in a role that makes us happy and fulfilled. That's what we have a duty to do. We have no duty to go upwards, sideways, do this, do that. And that's what I'm being honest about. And so, yeah, so to summarize, you know, and do tell me in the comments whether your firm has, in the last 2, 3, 4 years, introduced that immediate step, put in another step between the highest role that isn't a partner. You know, I've seen particularly law firms actually strip out the salaried partner role, put in something else, and the only thing that you can guarantee on is that firms will always be tinkering with their structure. And just remember that finishing, being told you're in a point that says, no, you're not going to make partner, isn't the end. It's the start of a conversation if you want it to be. So what are we doing tomorrow? So tomorrow I'm on at 4 o'clock UK time. So that's 4 o'clock in the afternoon UK time. And I'm going to be talking about how to have a difficult conversation with your partner, you know, particularly if they're doing something that's stopping you from being at your best. So looking forward to speaking to you at 4 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and do tell me about what roles your firm has. I'd love to hear about it. Okay, bye.